Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with Kroger. I'm Chef Steve Alls, and this is Chef Brett Greenberg, and we're in a local Kroger store here, and we're trying to get some olives for our one-pot chicken, correct?
You're right, and where do you go for olives? You go to the Mediterranean bar. Not just for olives though, there's a lot of great products here. There's roasted tomatoes, marinated artichokes, pickled onions, and what we want people to understand is that, this is think of it as your personal sous chef. All these ingredients are prepped and roasted and marinated, ready to go for your cooking it at home.
Yeah.
And the other thing people don't realize is that you shop by the pound here. Just like at your deli bar, you can mix and match. Everything's by the pound, so you can get a good variety of products. Let's get these pitted calamatas.
Yeah, these are beautiful. You told me earlier, Brett, that this crop was basically a bumper crop, wasn't it?
Everything fell into alignment, the weather, the growing conditions, everything. So they're beautiful, beautiful color on these guys. The greatest flavor you can want out of a kalamata. Real winey, nice smoky flavor.
Oh, I love real deep. It looks like you got a little extra for us to snack on too.
Oh, you know
later,
it.
huh?
And we're actually featuring a recipe booklet on top of the bars here. Viewers, consumers can grab these for free, featuring the recipes from our show today.
These are your recipes, right?
These are my recipes. We got a bunch extras in here for another time.
All right,
so
let's grab that.
Let's take that.
We've got a few more. We got a few more ingredients to get, so we're going to head on over here. Okay, guys, we're still in the deli, but we need one more item to help us out in our dessert, right?
We need our extra virgin olive oil.
There you go.
This is a California product. The olives are grown in the Central Valley of California, 3 different kinds blended together, so we have a real nice consistent flavor. And a few things real special about this oil. A is it's in the deli. You don't see a lot of oil in the deli. That's because it's being bottled fresh here in the store.
It's right near a Mediterranean bar too.
Right by the olive bar, and you'll see that the store is dating it right here, so you can see how long it's good for. And the other special thing about this oil is that the olives are harvested and pressed for the oil within hours. So it's just playing on that freshness, which is critical to preserve all that fruity flavor that the oil has.
And I love that. That's the one thing about olive oil that I gotta have. It's gotta be fruity and not really bitter.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you get it off the store shelves, there's some good olive oil that we carry, but this stuff is above them all.
This is great. I'm glad you like it. And we're gonna use this in our toasted almond cake.
Okay.
So
grab a bottle of that. We already have our olives, and we just need to get a few more items. So we'll meet you back at Plow and Hearth, okay? See you. All right, Brett, we're back here at Plow and Hearth with all of our ingredients for our one-pot chicken. Let's get started.
Let's do it. We're gonna make our marinade first.
All right.
So into a blender or a food processor if you have, you're gonna put half a cup of olives. These are Kalamata olives. We got Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is great because it's been strained. It's nice and thick.
Yeah, it doesn't have all that
doesn't
excess
have a
liquid
lot of
in there,
moisture. It's real concentrated. We're going to put the zest and juice of a lemon.
Okay.
I like the zest just because it brings that much more flavor.
Well, that to me is the real part of the lemon. That's what you're getting the smell from.
That's right, and we got a head of garlic chopped up and some fresh oregano.
There you go.
We'll give this a whirl.
Now's where we lip sync. When people think they can't hear us.
And that looks good.
That's a pretty color there too.
It's nice purple, and that helps with the browning in the oven. Actually, you'll see. Before we throw this on the chicken, I just want to show a technique for the viewers here. It's called Frenching the bone. I learned this back in culinary school. You don't see it a lot anymore.
Only on Rack of Lamb you see it anymore.
Yeah, fancy 4-star French restaurants. But it really makes a big impact.
And it's not hard to do, is it?
It's not hard to do. It'll impress your guests. You want to take your drumsticks and you want to take a sharp knife, paring knife, chef's knife. Go down towards where the meat, about an inch or so down.
Right where the muscle actually begins.
And just take your knife right around in a circle. And you just want to cut through everything that's holding that skin together.
All the way to the bone, right?
All the way to the bone. And then just start peeling it back. You'll see it'll just start working its way off. Make sure you get through on both ends. And then what I like to do is take a paper towel so you can get a really good grip on there.
Yeah.
And just rip that sucker off.
There you go.
And you'll see, right? Like that.
And you got a natural handle right there when you get ready to gnaw on it.
So when that browns up, it'll just clean up. It'll look real nice.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So we're gonna put our marinade right over top.
Yeah, I love this marinade.
And you can let this sit at room temperature for about half an hour, 45 minutes. If you have longer, throw it in the fridge, 4 hours, even overnight.
You know, chicken, I think, you know, when you're marinating, it can go up to 2 to 3 days, depending on, you know, the cut of the chicken. Of course, if it's real thin or whatever, you probably don't want to go for so long, right?
That's right, and you want to be careful of marinades that have a lot of vinegar or acidity. That'll start to break down your protein.
Yeah. Sugar, too, does the same thing, yeah.
So here we go. While that's marinating, we want to get our potatoes in the oven.
Okay.
So we just need a roasting dish.
Okay, I've got one right here.
And to that, we're going to add our potatoes. I'm using the red baby potatoes here. Just
Red Bliss.
cut them in half or quarters, whatever size you think looks right to you.
Okay.
We've got some red onion cut into about sixths. I peeled those and just cut those down. We've got a couple of lemons that we've sliced into rounds.
You know, and we had talked a little bit before the show. I love like grilled citrus or citrus that has heat on it. It just really makes something come alive.
It does, yeah. The natural citrus sugars even caramelize too, kind of like we did with the onions. We got some fresh sprigs of oregano in here, and then some more garlic as well.
Man, it don't get easier than this, does it?
No, everything's right in one pot. We got some olive oil. This is a California extra virgin we're using.
Yeah, that's some really good olive oil. You find it in our delis. We got it before that last, when we went to the Kroger.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a little bit of salt and pepper. Whenever I'm working with raw chicken or even seafood or meat, I like to mix some salt and pepper in a bowl like this. This way you're not touching your pepper grinder and your salt dish, and everything's just right here.
A lot of times you know you're working with chefs when you see this little mixture sitting around, don't you?
We'll just give this a toss, get the olive oil and everything just distributed around. And then we just bang that in the oven about 25 minutes just to get a head start on the potatoes.
You know, that's what I'm saying. You're giving it a little bit of time to actually get a little bit done before you put the chicken in there.
Before the chicken goes on,
There you
that's
go.
right.
Well, I'll put this in the oven.
All right, you grab the one that we got.
Yeah, I'll grab the one out that we did.
So in that goes.
There we go.
You can see how nice the potatoes, everything's starting to roast down.
Oh man, that just smells so good.
Yeah, this is the dish you want to make when you're having company coming over. The whole house will smell good. So like I said, about a cup of water, and then we're just going to nestle the chicken right on top, skin side up. You could rub off some of the excess marinade.
You know, the way you put it in here too, you probably won't have to touch this thing again. So however it gets done is basically how it's going to show to your guests.
Yeah, this comes out and goes right on the table, and everyone just attacks.
Isn't that awesome? I love that purple tint to it.
It adds beautiful color to the finished dish. So in that goes.
So this is going to go back into the oven, right?
Back in the oven about 45 minutes. You want to check the thigh with a thermometer, get about 160, and it's ready to go.
Okay, and we've got one that we've already finished up, don't we?
We do.
Okay, let me grab that out of the oven real quick.
Here we are.
Oh, Brett, look at that. That is awesome.
Like I said, you
looking,
see
man.
everything just caramelized on there. The potatoes, everything is now infused with all the flavor of that marinade that seeps down, and your guests will love this.
Man, I can't wait to get into this during the break, man. When we come back, we're going to debut Brett's soon-to-be-famous California Toasted Almond Cake. But first, it's time to announce our winner of the Cookin' with Kroger sweepstakes.